So this is a Rizon all-electric truck, and we are here today not just to check it out and do a walk around. I'm actually going to drive it, but not just drive it. I'm driving it in a competition. It's not a speed competition. It is actually an efficiency competition. I'm super excited. This idea was created by Bang from Rizon, and here he comes. He's going to be joining us today.
But it wouldn't be fair if it was only Patrick, an experienced EV driver, doing this contest. So we had to invite an ice trekking friend, Todd from Stat Trekking, to do this contest with us. Who's going to win? Who knows? So excited to do this.
And if you didn't know, I'm Patrick.
I'm Liv.
And this is the Mach-E vlog, and let's get competing.
Woo! This is Bang, and he is the crazy brains behind this competition. We met at the Green Lane opening. We'll link that video up in the eye. But Rizon Trucks, electric trucks, Bang had this crazy idea for a contest where we test out the efficiency. Man, you are crazy. I can't believe you invited us here to do it. I'm so excited.
Thanks for coming down. Really glad that you guys came down and, made time for us.
I'm so excited to do this. So how did you have this idea?
Ultimately, I think, the Rizon truck is a commercial vehicle. And I think for businesses, the best thing to do is make money. And the second best thing to do is save money. So, if we can show, truck operators how to save money doing their daily things, I think it would be a win for businesses that way.
I love that. That is awesome. And it's going to be a win for someone as well in this case, because it's a super fun contest with a super fun prize. We have one of the Rizon trucks behind us. They're like 75 to 160 miles range.
Depending on how you configure it, yeah, 75 to 160 miles. There's 2 different battery configurations, 2 different weight ratings configuration. You have 4 different wheelbases that they're available in. So you can configure it from everything from a box truck, a flatbed. We even have some built into garbage trucks as well. So.
Oh, that's awesome. But we're going to be doing one of the standard, more extended
range. We will be using a box truck.
Awesome.
That's a long range one, yeah.
Awesome. And now we're going to show you guys the prizes, because you may save on money if this is actually your business. But if you want to enter their contest, the Efficiency Drive Challenge, you could win a Nintendo Switch too. I love that you've gamified the whole truck industry, and you've gamified it with a game.
It's a It's the Mario Kart version too.
Mario Kart bundle. That's perfect.
You drive lightly in the truck, and you can drive crazy in the video game.
I love that. So don't do Mario Kart beforehand, because you might drive like crazy in the truck. Don't do that. Can you throw banana peels in?
No, unfortunately
okay.
not.
Oh man. Well, I love that you had this idea. I love that we're included. And man, Patrick's gonna do it though, so I can't wait to see how this goes.
Let's see.
Okay, so it's a contest. Anyone can enter. It's running through the month of July. We're filming this July 2nd, so we're like some of the first people to do it other than the employees. What are the rules? What is this contest? What's going on?
So just the contest is very basic. I'm going to set a fixed course. So it's going to be about 5.25 miles total. Half of it's going to be on surface streets, and then the other half is going to be on the freeway coming back to the office. So we're just going to make one loop out and come back into the office. And basically, when you start the competition, the truck is going to come off the charger, so it'll be fully charged. And when you come back, we're going to plug it back into the charger, and then we're going to see how much energy was dispensed out of the charger, and that's going to be kind of how we consider how much energy was used in that drive.
I love it. This is going to be so fun.
So we're going to go into the startup procedure.
Okay.
You can feel your gas and pedal pretty easily, right?
Yeah.
Okay. To start, you're going to step firmly into the brakes.
I am going to go up 1 notch.
Oh, if you want to adjust the steering wheel, you can do that as well.
Oh, okay.
There's a little lever on that side.
Okay.
You pull all the way up, and then whatever position you feel comfortable in.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's all...
There we go.
All direction. Okay, so step in the brakes, and then there's a little nub for kind of like mimicking a key.
There it is.
Yeah, and then
That's
push
cool.
in a little bit, and then turn, and then crank it. There'll be tension. When this red light's blinking, you can let go of it, and then when ready light is solid green, we're all on.
We're all good. So that's it, energizing and getting ready to go.
Yes, that's the boot up and self checks and stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay, now your next choice is.
Oh.
Let's do no radio. Do you want AC? No AC? Window position? Super closed.
I
But your camera's on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it'll be fine.
Yeah. You can have a little bit of window air versus AC, right?
Yeah, that works.
I'm down for whatever you guys want. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try it. We can do fan.
Fan, no AC, right?
Yeah.
Fan, no AC.
This is crazy.
1, 2.
It's like, when have you driven a truck like this?
Never. Okay.
Okay, and then to shift, it's a dog leg up or down. Up is for reverse, down is for drive.
So like over
okay?
that and then down.
Okay, when you're in forward, when you're in drive, you see there's a BU2, right?
Yep.
That's your standard, it's the middle, kind of the middle of the road regen. If you want to go higher regen, you can tap up to B3. If you want to go as low as possible, you can tap down to B0.
Yeah, let's just go all the way up.
Yeah. Generally, if you want to win that competition, B3 is probably going to be the way to do it. We are next to the charger, so you want to pull forward a little bit more before you make a turn.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and the charger's right there. Yep, I see it in my mirrors. Just yep, I think I'm good.
Your mirror's okay? Everything?
Yep.
Okay.
And we're gonna just slowly creep
A little bit, and then you can start turning.
Oh.
Yeah. You want diesel sounds?
Yeah, there
I
we
know,
go.
it's so quiet.
It's sort of interesting because we're so far up over the wheels.
Yeah.
The drone's right in front of us.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so out of this parking lot, you have to make a right. Here, I'll turn on your rear view, just make it easier. It's kind of not really a rear view, but you can use it as a. We're gonna make a right out of here, and then you want to make a U-turn right away.
Okay.
It is long, so I would not recommend. Try U-turn utilizing that other driveway.
Okay.
If you feel like you can't make it, you can actually drive into the driveway. That's still our company, and then you can loop through their parking lot and then come out. But if you take this guy really wide, you can probably stay within the street.
That's what I'm thinking, as long as there's nobody behind me.
Oh, there is someone behind you right now. It's Porsche.
They're going to let me get to it.
They're going to be patient.
You might have to 3-point like this. Might not. Yeah, you're good.
There we
Good to
go.
go. We're going to make a left on this road.
Just make sure there's nobody behind me. This is so interesting. I feel like...
I'll just find one more up.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Ooh, that's good regen.
It doesn't go to stop, though. The regen will get you down to like a creeping speed. So make a left here.
Ah.
And stay in the left lane, because the next turn is also left.
Okay. And I had all intentions of like trying to do this super efficiently, but it's so big and I'm uncomfortable. So I'm like, I'm just driving. We'll just get through.
The good part is that maybe in being careful, you're being a little slow, which is efficient.
Potentially.
Slow is actually where the efficiency is at.
Yeah.
If you push hard, like we're a big air sail. If you push hard on speed, that's where you lose all your efficiency on a commercial vehicle.
Even with our Mach-E, like the higher we go, the efficiency drops significantly.
But on a commercial vehicle, multiply by 10.
Yeah.
Because we're flat in front, we're flat on the box. No sexy lines on this one.
We are a big box.
Yeah. And then left, we're making a left turn, so there's a turn lane there.
All right.
Yeah.
How much is regen? How much is brake?
I have not touched the brake except to get down to the complete stop. So like here, it's all regen and then brake.
That is an intense regen. That full on feels like a brake.
Yeah, that's good.
When we try the other one, you can actually do 0 regen and then feel how that is. And that feels like you're actually coasting.
Right. That's pretty cool.
But of course, you can still use the top of the brake pedal to start the regen. So even if you have regen 0, there is still regen available to you, but not automatic. It's you have to actuate by pedal.
But it's in the brake pedal, so it's a blended braking, so that the brake pedal is doing regen.
First step is regen,
and then it transitions.
Deeper is into the service brakes. Yeah,
that's very cool. Like not all EVs do that.
I think most do though.
Most do. Tesla actually doesn't. Their brake is a brake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
Oh.
they have regen on all the time.
Right.
So
It's not adjustable on the Tesla, right?
I believe they have chill mode versus like regular mode.
Oh.
And we're gonna start slowly, and then we're going
Left lane. Yeah.
left lane,
We're gonna go straight on this road for a while.
Oh, okay.
and then we'll come back on the 60.
Yeah. And then we'll come back on the 60.
Perfect
I don't know why I'm holding my breath.
for me.
Maybe a little.
Should be pretty easy. These two lanes will blend, but you got maybe about half a mile before it
Okay.
blends.
No worries. We're going nice and just chill.
25 miles an hour.
That's school zone. I think.
Well,
it's
no,
like
that's
30.
what you're doing.
Oh,
Oh, it is
Yeah.
school zone
Yeah.
too, though.
Good, it's school zone. Yeah.
yeah, school zone.
I didn't even
Perfect.
think about that, honestly. Most people
Oh,
don't
yeah.
drive school zone speed here.
I know.
They drive
the
like
time of day
like
can
nuts.
make you more efficient.
This school, by the way, has one of the highest EV bus deployments.
No way.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
That's a big solar canopy.
I was following the grant writer working for this school district, and she did a really good job. She got a lot of chargers. She got a lot of school buses. Yeah,
Oh, that's so cool. That is a lot.
I think she was with the district for something like 10 years, something like that. And in the last 2-3 years, she went on the EV path, and then she got something like $15-20 million of grants.
Whoa.
She just hit them up really well.
That's a great thing. It's a good reminder that there's grant money still available for a lot of these installations for fleet customers.
Yeah.
Not
That's
just schools, but businesses as well.
And having someone willing to go to bat for you or your business, that's awesome.
I mean, grant writing is almost lawyer work. Almost lawyer work.
How you feeling, Patrick?
I'm ready to go to Vegas, so that's just like I'm good now.
Take a hole.
Okay. One stoplight ahead, but we're gonna go through that one.
Okay.
Next one is probably the next intersection is probably gonna be a mile away, and then we're gonna make a right on the next after this light.
So how big is the total battery on this?
This one is okay. Rated battery, I think it is what 124 or something like that.
Okay.
Usable is like 117 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So our Mach-E has like a 99 kilowatt hour battery, and 91 is usable in ours.
Okay. The battery chemistry of this truck is iron phosphate.
Okay.
So newer technology, not the lightest ions, I guess, but it's a very
It's
hardy.
Yeah, it's very hardy.
It's a hardy chemistry, yeah.
And you don't have to baby it as much.
Yeah. This is one of the nice things about this. One of the nice things about the chemistry of the battery is because of the chemistry, I can run this competition and plug it into a DC charger every single time. Because the DC charger will pretty much go, I'm guessing when we get back, will be like 96%, something like that. And it'll almost go full bore. Our chargers are like 53 kilowatts or something like that. And they'll pretty much go 53 up until like 98%. And then slowly taper off.
Nice.
You know, if it started doing the trickle charge, like I probably couldn't run this competition without like an hour turnaround, right?
So when you say it'll be like 30 minutes to charge, you like 100%.
It goes to 100%.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we're only getting the last bit, but that's always the slowest bit for
Yeah.
But that's the nice thing about the iron phosphate. Iron phosphate will
still
pretty much go almost full speed up to, at least the way this truck is set up, it'll go full speed up to 98%.
That's
very
really
cool.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most other the what's it called NMC.
Yep.
Will probably 85 is up to where you can go full speed, right? Some will go 90 or something like that.
And they use both in the Mach-E.
Oh, okay.
So it's like the extended range has NMC and the
We'll make a right turn here.
standard range has LFP.
Standard range LFP.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have a long range or the standard range?
Ours is the long range.
Okay. But the NMC one came out first, right?
The NMC was the first, and then they introduced the LFP
Gotcha.
for standard range only. And it's because it's less energy dense, they need more space, so they can't really do a LFP.
You can actually turn on the red.
Yeah, and I was like, I'll just wait for the light, but I don't want to
And it's safe, I mean.
waste time and energy. Yeah, it's definitely.
Energy is not a big waste in idle.
But it's a competition, so
Okay, yeah, there you go.
But yeah, that's everybody always asks us is like, oh, what about stop and go traffic? And I'm like, that actually helps us out so much.
Yeah.
Because we're not going fast.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're moving, the efficiency is good. And when we're stopped, we hardly use any.
I've tested like the idle consumption on this guy. It's like less than 1% per hour. So even with AC on, it takes maybe right up to 1%, but it's very, very minimal.
You could be stuck in a lot of traffic very comfortably for a long time.
Yes. Well, I don't know if there's ever comfortable stuck in traffic.
Yeah, no.
Less uncomfortable.
Yeah. AC helps a lot.
Okay. Right when you see it kind of uphills a little bit, there's a turn on for the freeway.
Perfect.
And then the freeway, we're going to pass one exit, and then the second exit is back to the office.
Perfect.
I'm totally, like, in my mind, I'm like, slow down, sir.
Yeah, like for
Save
efficiency.
energy. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, like, let's do some crawling. And here's a hill, we're gonna burn so much. Take it at 2 miles an hour. Like, we arrive back in 2 hours. Todd's like, what?
We jump out and push.
Yeah. Can that count? Can we do that?
It's heavy,
You
man.
didn't say we can't.
It's heavy.
Sneaky. Next year,
I'm gonna take
more
it.
rules.
If we push it, I'm gonna have a siesta.
Just sit in the front.
So you decided to do an efficiency test, not a speed test on this course?
No, not a speed test.
Next time, speed test.
I don't want to test the limits of crazy. At the end of the day, for the commercial thing, right? Like, I think, business owner wants to save money at the end of the day, right? If they can make more money, great. If they can't make money, the next best thing is to save money.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and that's the thing is like, we may not care about 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour versus 3.2 for us as consumers. But a business, they're like, that's like a, 4% different or 5, whatever it is, 3. But that's like when you multiply that by 100,000 miles per year by 20 trucks, all of a sudden you're like, that's a huge price savings.
Ooh,
well, not just price saving, but if you talk about like, if they can net 5% more drive per day, that's like they can take a longer route. They can pick up another pickup spot or drop off spot. More work is more money, I guess. That's what it is at the end of the day.
It is like now we're doing 48, not quite real freeway speeds, but this is where it's like, oh my gosh, this is where we're sucking down energy.
I just closed my window because I was like, I feel the air pulling. No, everyone thinks streamlined thoughts.
I think it's just the flat face.
Yeah. This is the pug of vehicles.
It is the pug.
Right? Just trucks in general.
But having a flat face makes it real easy to drive, though. You see you're really close up to the windshield. Your turning radius is a lot shorter, and we're in exit pack. Yeah.
Our little hill. Let's get some regen. Nom.
Once you get to the exit, you're going to take lane number 2.
And this would be fun on a long trip.
True.
A long competition. So this middle lane.
Oh, yeah, middle lane.
Oh, man. Are you really setting us up for this?
No. I'm just saying, like, I could see, like, this would be like a really fun idea to do like a 300 mile, but that's a lot more involved and people just don't have that time. So I'm glad you're doing a short route. And it's, 1 or 2 stoplights can vary somebody's efficiency on this, or 10 miles per hour difference. But it'd be really interesting to see like a comparison going to Vegas, and we may have to like check with you and run some numbers and see how much energy this would do over that amount of distance.
You want to borrow a Rizon to go to Vegas?
No.
Left turn and then stay in the right lane.
All right. Do we turn right here?
Yeah, we will turn right here. Yeah.
And I mean, that's where you really see the efficiency gains is over the long haul, huh? So that would be interesting.
But then again, like all of this, this is more of not a Vegas type.
It's a city. It's more of a city delivery van, for sure.
So even that freeway stretch, people would probably do some of that, but they would probably do some side streets like this. So this is a good mini route.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the idea of this whole competition, honestly, I kind of want to run it to see how it comes out. And my idea or my hope for it is that we can replicate it at our dealerships too. So,
cool.
hopefully we'll sponsor the prize for our dealer in Oakland to do it, or our dealer in Portland, for example. And, not everyone's going to have the opportunity to come down to California or to LA to do this, right? So hopefully we can localize it to all the business owners. And that's the hopes.
Good sneaky way to get people to take it for a test drive.
Yeah, that's another way. Ulterior motive, and then we'll make it right here.
All right.
I would not have had a Rizon or a truck test drive otherwide. Such a cool idea.
Wow, he really cut me off.
So that was the side raider that gave you warning.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
because I looked and I saw him behind me, but look at that.
That's so rude, sir.
Yeah.
He is not in the right lane to do that.
No.
But oh well.
Yeah, and I was
sorry about that.
I was over to the right, and I was like, let me swing out a little bit. And we discussed this before we left. I'm not necessarily comfortable backing this next to the Charger. So
if you want to jump out here, I'll get into the Charger, and then we'll measure your consumption
efficiently.
Yeah. I'm pretty good.
All right, so we're plugged in, and then we'll just check the measurement.
97 is not bad. I think my coworker came back with 98 once.
Oh man!
No, I think he came back with 96.
Oh.
So 97 is good. We'll just see how much it's.
Very cool.
So you want the reveal here?
Yes, we're gonna see the reveal.
Okay. That is the button. What? That is super low.
3.3079 kilowatt hours.
That's ridiculously low, actually. Holy moly.
Wait, I don't know. Maybe it's the regen. Maybe it's luck. Maybe it's the temperature.
I don't know.
This would be
it is what it is. I mean, I didn't, I can't bribe this Charger.
Yeah, it makes me wonder, like, are there anything, with the battery management that could throw it off? But
I mean, we're not in a favorable time, right? It's hot.
Yeah.
Overall, it is what it is.
Very cool.
I don't know if you saw on my board, I had electric Stig.
I saw a
3.6.
Oh, wow.
What?
Okay. So now,
it is not staged.
No,
I feel like
cool.
People might see like we're faking it, but like this is really surprising to me.
And
anyway, whatever.
Did you ride with them when they had their 3.6?
Oh, it's my coworker.
It was your coworker.
That's the Stig.
I was wondering. I was like, is that another YouTuber or something?
No.
Okay. Did you? So
you guys are the first public.
Okay. Very cool. I feel very honored. All right. Now, next up is Todd. So we'll get switched. Okay. So we got the target mark. We don't, that's the mark that it is. This is Todd. Like, we're going to introduce you really quickly because we met Todd at a YouTube creator event. What, 3-4 months ago?
I feel like, about 4 months ago, yeah.
And tell us a little bit about your channel.
So I make trucking content. I pretty much do kind of local trucking, that type of stuff. And I'm based out of San Diego, and I met you guys at the YouTube event, and I'm so grateful you guys made this opportunity available to me to come up here today and check these trucks out.
We're so happy that we met you, and you're just a regular truck driver. You don't have any experience with EVs. Is this going to be your first EV?
This is going to be my first EV.
That's awesome.
So
what do you expect? Like, are you excited? And you drive generally a bigger truck.
I drive a semi truck. I have a Freightliner Cascadia, and bigger than this. But I'm nervous because they've entered into it this whole competition of like how much energy are we using, and you just did very well. So
we'll see. Your first experience with an EV, we could talk a lot about that, but we'll talk on the drive
a
little bit too, and then afterwards. But do you have any expectations other than quiet and
just quiet. Yeah, I'm kind of because I'm used to the rumbling of a diesel engine, you know, there, and it's like I heard you guys when you drove away, and I was amazed. It's just like, man, that's so quiet.
Yeah.
It just doesn't even, you didn't even know it was on.
I love that. And we haven't even talked about it because like I was chatting with Bang while you guys were like getting set up, and he was like, what was some of the things you noticed? And like, it's really, we're used to driving EVs, which are completely quiet, but it's still trippy getting in a truck when it's silent. Because he was like, all right, it's on, get ready to go. And I'm still like, is it?
Yeah, I did have that hesitation because it's like, it's in gear. And I'm like, is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, even though we drive an EV. So what do you think?
For me,
Yeah.
I'm really, really surprised at how good of efficiency you got. And this is up against me, me running my test routes on this to develop this competition and my colleagues all running it. And you kind of beat us all.
Oh.
I'm a little bit humbled on that one.
It's early. We're the first public.
Yep.
Hey, we're filming here.
Hey.
So yeah, we can talk more after this, but we
Yes.
want to get to some more driving. I'm excited to see. So what we decided, we were going to have Liv ride along so the passengers were the same, but she's nominated me to ride along.
Because I think it's really interesting because Patrick was the driver. He's the one who experienced driving, and you're the one with the inexperience truck driving. So now you get to experience the official drive with an official trucker.
Did you bring the parachute? Because we're gonna deploy a parachute.
Well, and also in the beginning, I was like, we need to make sure that the weight is the same. So
Yeah.
just gonna sandbag and throw some bricks on the back.
All right. So we're gonna make this short, and we'll talk more afterwards. So.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Just get oriented.
Yep.
Gas and brake pedal you can feel.
Yep.
Okay. To turn it on, you're gonna have foot firm on the brake.
Okay.
And then there's a little nub that simulates a key on the right side here.
Oh, on the right.
Yeah. Do you need to adjust yours?
My other right.
Yeah, the right. Yeah. This nub right here.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're gonna turn it, push it in, turn it and crank it, and hold it for 1 second. You can let go. And once the ready light starts blinking and it turns solid green, that means the vehicle's on and ready to go.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to adjust your steering wheel angle and stuff, there's a lever on the left center of the column.
Yeah, this will work.
Okay. Your next choices is, do you want AC on? Do you want your windows up, closed?
But we'll just turn that off.
Yeah.
If you want, right now it's just fan, no AC. But if you want AC, you can also have
No,
that.
the AC is going to deplete from the battery.
I know that's
A little
What a
bit.
good showing.
We have a small cab though.
Okay.
So up to you.
All right.
Okay. To get in drive and park is dog leg down for drive and dog leg up for reverse. Okay. You're in drive now.
That's reverse.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then when you let go, back to neutral position.
Back to neutral.
And there's a plus and minus, okay? This is for the regen settings, the automatic regen settings. You can adjust on the fly up and down. In default, it starts as 2, and then 3 is your highest.
Okay. Will it do that automatically? Is it like an automatic transmission?
Automatically goes to 2.
Automatically goes to 2.
But up to you if you want to do 3. 3 is probably going to get you better efficiency.
And I did 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just basically stronger regen. It'll feel like a brake when you let off the accelerator.
Okay.
Once you're in gear, if you let off the brakes, it'll start creeping like a regular automatic.
All right. Should we do it?
Yeah. And then pull forward straight a little bit more before you make your
your
left turn. Yeah. I think you know this better than me.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the part that made me nervous. Like actually maneuvering something big.
Okay. Out of the parking lot, we're going to make a right.
And then a U-turn.
Make a U-turn. But this guy looks like what is he doing?
He's towing a bobtail. He's got something going on.
Who's towing who though?
His front car, the truck in front's towing the one in back.
The gray's towing, right?
Nope, the white's towing the gray one.
No, I think the gray towing.
Is it? Oh yeah, you're right. Because you're exactly right. There's no driver in the way. Yeah. Leave it to me.
Okay. Right turn, and then if you utilize both driveways, and you can. Oh wow, there's a lot. You can go past all the trucks and then U-turn.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. I planned that. That'll hurt the efficiency right there.
A little bit.
You might be able to go in this gap right here. Oh no, he can do that.
You can also go into a driveway if you feel like.
I'll just come down here a little bit. We got cars behind us.
Behind this, gas vehicle, you probably can do it too. Yeah.
All right, like right in here.
Yeah, this is fine. Just go slow and peek through.
Yep.
That Toyota might.
We might have to do a little reverse.
Yeah, you might have to.
We'll get ready just in case. All right.
Yeah, a little bit of reverse. brake all the way in, and then
Got it. That's where I was.
you get your camera up here so you can see
Oh,
behind
perfect.
you. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
That's a luxury I'm not used to having.
yeah. With an articulated trailer, it's gonna be hard.
And then we're going to make a left there, right?
We're gonna make a left at this this light.
Left.
So get behind that Altima.
There's Liv on the corner. Hopefully not getting run over.
There's horses that go through here too, by the way.
Oh, we saw the horses when we came over, yeah.
That is a unique feeling of letting off the accelerator and having it start to brake.
Oh, okay.
I'm not is that because it's in B3?
B3.
B2 doesn't do that?
B2 does it a little bit too.
Okay.
The lowest is 0. 0 will feel like it's, it feels like when you're letting off, you're in neutral kind of thing.
Got it. I love the backup camera.
Oh, we can have this on the whole time.
Huh.
Normally, it's only triggered on when when you put it in reverse. So you make a left here and then stay on the left lane.
All right.
Now that I'm not driving, I'm like, yeah, this is really quiet.
Now, you call that a regen? When the brake starts to automatically apply when you're not doing that, does that put energy back into the system?
So regen is basically, usually torque is coming out of the motor, right? Mm-hmm. But in the situation where, the vehicle's in motion and if you have no torque requirement, what's it called? What it'll do is absorb the torque that's generated from the mechanical movement of the vehicle, run it through the motor, and then the motor in reverse is kind of the generator.
Got it.
And then it'll push power back through the system,
so
back into the battery.
It's kind of like generating a little bit more.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
That's fantastic.
So hypothetically speaking, if you had an empty battery and you started on a high hill and you just regen all the way down, you can possibly be full charge by the end.
Really?
Yeah, that's the hypothetical, but you're not gonna.
Right.
You can't always drive downhill, right?
Right.
We just did Pikes Peak in
Okay.
the Mustang Mach-E.
So you paid for it going up, but
Yeah.
you got paid back when you came down.
Yeah, overall it was actually a net positive, which was weird.
Mm.
Yeah, and I think it's just some of the calculations, but yeah, we gained coming back down so much.
Ice cream truck.
Right.
It's a lot of graffiti. Or signatures.
That's a very small one though.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice because of the A-pillar. There we go.
And then down here, eventually I'm going to make a right, right?
Eventually make a right, but it'll be 2 miles, so
Okay.
you can just stay straight. Either lane's fine. They'll end up blending,
Okay.
but
That says my first time driving an EV. That's a weird sensation for me to get used to because I'm used to only feeling that when I hit the brake.
no passenger EV either.
No.
Oh, so this is first EV.
First EV.
Wow.
I think that's pretty exciting.
Right.
How do you feel about the truck so far?
I love it. It's great. I mean, it just, yeah. And what is so to charge this full battery? What would it cost to like from an energy standpoint? Like I know to fill up a truck that, let's say, I can calculate the gallons of diesel that would cost. What is the cost for charging a truck like this?
Well, it depends on how much the filling station charges you, right?
Right.
But if we speak just in terms of energy per kilowatt, the usable battery on this truck is about 116, 117 kilowatts.
Okay.
Like the fastest charging station, they can vary in price, but I would guess average one would be 45, 46.
Yeah, I mean, an easy number would be 50. So that'd
50,
be like $55, $56 to fill up.
Something like that, yeah. That sounds about right. If you do happen to come across, cheaper charging station, you can save more.
Sure.
Of course.
Now, what if you had a charging thing like at your yard or like at your warehouse where you house?
Then you'll be paying utility rates, right?
Utility rates. I remember what you said. You said keep this thing around 55. That's the plan. I mean,
Yep, 56 right now. I did like 48.
Okay. I think I've already lost this competition.
We'll see. I mean, we'll let the charger tell us how much was used, and
like for us personally, like we keep track a lot of times of our efficiency. Like I mentioned, like when we go to Vegas, we get this, and when we go to but then after a while, some people still track every single trip, but I'm like, it doesn't really matter. It's sort of like gas prices. It's like, yeah, I could track how much gas is and how much a trip costs, but no, like I just got to get to Vegas, and it's like it's going to be what it is. If I go faster, it costs more. If I go slower, take more time. So it's
Yeah. At the end, it's kind of an appliance. It's a tool to get what you need. I guess, I mean, as long as you stay in the realm of not abusing your tools, right? And using them wisely, then, sometimes you got to go a little faster. Sometimes you don't, and you can get more savings that way,
Yeah, and you brought up a good point when we were driving. Is like,
stay in the second lane.
Second lane.
Yeah.
There's fuel costs, whether it's electric or diesel, but there's also time savings.
Do you feel okay backing it in, or do you want me to?
We'll find out, right? Just
Okay.
kidding. No, I'm kidding. Well, I could do it. All right.
I would go towards my car, the blue Prius, and then
Cut
and
it.
it sets you up to reverse in. And when the bumper covers the curb a little bit, you can go past a little bit. That should be fine.
All right.
We're close
There
enough
we
to plug
go.
in, and we're good.
Welcome back, you guys.
Yes.
How was it?
It was great. First time driving an EV. Quite the EV to drive.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The 1 foot thing was.
It takes a while. Have you ever driven like a manual? Because to me, that's what it feels like. It's like when you leave it in gear and you let off.
Yep.
It's sort of the same, I think.
Yeah.
So
Very similar to that, but I just wasn't. I'm used to, in order to make it go slow, I have to hit the brake, and this was like, nope, just let off the acceleration, and it automatically does that regen thing you guys were talking about. So.
All right, let's get plugged in so we can get our numbers.
Ready.
This is exciting. It's like really exciting.
Okay.
All right.
There we go.
Okay. Plug in 9. Okay. I'm gonna go around you.
This will be the moment of truth here. How did we do?
Hey.
Well, it's gonna take a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
It's got
Yeah,
charge,
once you charge.
But we're gonna get our initial. We're gonna get our initial
Estimate.
estimate.
All right.
When you see how many percent you're
What
at.
does it say?
Because I think mine was 97, right?
Yeah, you came back. We plugged in. It said 97.
So we'll see what this says.
Okay. I don't know. It's
Oh,
takes
it's so
about a minute.
exciting.
And you guys will have, a tale to tell to be like, I beat a trucker at this.
if Todd says 98, then he's
Or 97. It could be close.
yeah. Most likely it'll say 97.
It's going to say 93.
Yeah.
No
We didn't go
way.
that fast.
96.
96.
96.
See, you
Close,
whooped me.
close.
It's,
No.
it's being cautious.
Yeah.
It's such an advantage.
Yeah, and if you were driving electric more, you'd get used to that regen, and that's where your money is.
I can tell you because you didn't ride along. 100% probably the speed. Because I
Really?
was creeping along. Like when I was
Yeah.
like, when we got to the school zone, it was like 25. I was like, oh, I'm doing 24 already.
Yeah.
So I didn't slow down. You slowed down for that. And then on the freeway, I was doing like 48. He was doing 58.
So your inexperience with the truck made you more cautious, which was more efficient.
Right?
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Well, inexperience with a truck, but also experience with regular EV, I would say.
True.
Yeah, I mean, it does help to sort of know a little bit, like, because like when I see a red light, I know like start letting off.
Even
yeah.
if it was really far. Oh man, you got messed with. Like first your trucker skill going through those trucks to do the U-turn, and then you had to do a pullback,
yeah.
so that burned a titch more.
Got it.
I
got
felt
it.
like you had like a hard start there.
That's okay. That's part of what you do when you drive something like this.
I'm
So it's
sure,
just-
yeah.
Yeah, I would have just been like, I'm done.
I know.
I'm walking. I'm gonna park the
I was
truck.
For sure he's gonna wait. Like, no, he's going through. Like, that's skill.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Should we let it charge and we'll
Yeah.
start up?
Let's go chill. The grand reveal. Oh,
4.0291.
nice.
All right.
There
It's
we go.
a very good number
Yeah.
still. I mean, there can only be one winner, right? But
There can only be one winner, and it's not going to be me.
291.
4.0291.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just so that I can, when we're editing this,
Oh, yeah.
I can't see the screen. 4.0291.
Yeah, I can see with my eyeballs, but not with the camera.
Yeah.
Ben got a photo, right?
I did. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well done, man.
Right
That
on.
was good.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys for
Yeah.
inviting me for sure.
Oh, this is so fun. I'm glad you did it. I'm glad we did it.
Should we get in out
Get
of the
out
sun
of here.
and
Let's
chat?
do that.
Well, for us, the competition is over. I don't know. I feel relieved. Do you feel relieved that it's done?
I do feel a little relieved. I feel like, first time driving an EV, not used to the automatic braking when you let off the accelerator, kind of threw me off a little bit. So for the first time to drive something like this was an experience for me.
Yeah, kudos to you, because my first EV was a Tesla Model Y on a test drive, which at least is like a regular size car. But I remember then, like the regen, it's like it took me probably, even in our car, like a half a day to get used to it.
Right.
And you did it within a couple of miles. So very kudos.
It was, but I see that you beat me in the efficiency challenge, and that is.
It's early days, and there's a lot that goes into like how you measure energy, and even from the dispenser. So who knows? I won't take too much credit for it. I think my cautiousness was the thing that ended up impacting that.
Sure.
But overall, so like you drive a semi truck. Like I said, you do a lot of stuff for Amazon.
Right.
And Amazon Prime Day is coming up, and
a week away.
We were talking about we got to schedule this because that's going to be busy time for you.
I won't know which way's up once that starts. It'll be I'll be going here, going there, and yeah.
And you're going to make videos about all of that.
I will make videos about all that. Yeah, I show kind of people just hey, guy with a semi truck, travel with a dog, and what can we make the truck do today?
It sounds. Maybe I'll show my age. The movie, the TV show BJ and the Bear. Did you?
I am familiar with it. I am familiar with it.
I love that show. Like I even had one of the trucks. Anyways, never mind. Like the little model truck.
The funny thing about BJ and the Bear is the rates that he ran for are comparable to the rates that we're seeing today. It's like that show was made in what, late 70s, early 80s?
Yeah, you're dating me, man.
That's okay. I'm familiar with it too.
That's very cool. It was really fascinating. Like we met you at the YouTube creator thing.
Yep.
You used to be a pharmacist, and you decided like you always wanted to drive a truck, and now you're just like, let's just do it.
It was like a childhood dream of mine. I've always been, attracted to big trucks. I've always done something, but I kind of, listened to society, and they said you need to go to school and all that stuff. I did that. I tried it, and I like trucking more. And so I find myself an owner operator today, a one guy, one truck operation, and I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's nothing to do with EVs, but go watch some of his stuff, give him a subscribe. We've really enjoyed getting to know him more today as well. So thanks for participating in this.
And I have nothing but gratitude for you guys offering for me to come up and do this. Without you guys, I wouldn't have known about this. And so I have nothing but good things to say about you guys. I'm so grateful you included me in this.
It was very logical for us because we met you just a month or so ago. Bang mentioned this competition, and we were like, well, and then actually I think it was Liv who's behind the camera was like, what about that guy that we met? Right. So it was like perfect. Glad you could join us, and we'll check out your channel.
I'm so appreciative for you guys having me. Thank you.
All right.
What's your dog's name?
Dog's name is Lucius. Now if I brought Lucius, I would have won the thing. He's my good luck charm.
Oh my gosh. And Liv would have been really happy because she's always, she just shouted, sort of said what's the dog's name if you didn't catch that. But
yeah, Lucius Clay is his name.
Lucius Clay, very cool. We'll have to get you, get a picture that you sent.
Oh yeah,
and we'll put that in.
I'll send you a picture of Lou.
Awesome.
Yep. I appreciate you guys so much.
All right, let's go get some Italian beef. Long story, but that's what we're gonna go do.
Heck yeah.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up here, but this competition is going on all through the month of July 2025. We'll say that in case somebody finds it years down the road. I had a blast. I was pretty nervous about driving. This is sort of weird looking through the, but it was weird driving the truck for me for the first few miles. But overall, it was very comfortable and sort of exciting. And I could see doing a longer competition, or just, being in one of these for a longer period of time.
I love that you kept saying that. And I was like, are you setting us up for something? You guys will have to let us know down below. Should we do a longer trip in an electric truck? Because that was really interesting. And I feel like it would be cool to test the efficiency over a longer time.
I wouldn't mind maybe doing a ride along. I don't want to necessarily drive. It is a completely
kidnap Bang.
Yeah, there we go. It's a completely different experience driving something this big and having to constantly remember how big it is. You just don't even think about that. And besides, I get spoiled. I like having Blue Cruise everywhere I drive now. But yeah, just a really fun competition. I love the fact that Rizon is, thinking outside the box. Sure, everybody does competitions, but to actually have people come in, take a drive, and sort of, I think one of the secrets is like, it's getting people to hopefully give these a try that aren't used to, electric vehicles at all.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, by the way, you don't need a special license to do this size of truck, which is really, really cool. So you can find a Rizon dealer near you. Well, they're just doing this here, but I think the hope is that they will do this at other dealers. So you too can try win a Nintendo Switch, even if you don't live in California. I know hopefully they'll do the same prize. Leave down below what you would like the prize to be and also where you're located, because maybe we can encourage them to do this contest elsewhere. Because I think this is really fun. Like you said, once you can test this out and test out an electric truck. But I think it's just a really, really interesting challenge and interesting experience.
Yeah, and we've covered a lot of fleet stuff. We went to ACT Expo earlier this year. There's a lot of benefits, but there is a lot of costs that you have to consider up front, whether you have EV charging. And like we've said numerous times, for EV advocates, we know it's not the right solution for everybody, but it's worth at least an investigation. There's a lot of grants out there to help get funding for the truck, but also the charging infrastructure. So it can very much pay off if you are a fleet customer that actually happened to stumble across this video. We generally do consumer stuff, but this stuff is just exciting to see where the industry is going, because so much of our energy is used to transport goods around the US, whether it's local or long haul. So, I don't know about you, but we have a ton of Rivian trucks that come, not Rivian, Amazon trucks, some are Rivian, to drop off stuff. And it's I would love to see more of those being electrified.
Yeah, and you guys know as well, of course, that these smaller journeys are very efficient for electric vehicles. So these smaller trucks that are doing more deliveries within a city as opposed to long haul, it's just kind of a no-brainer potentially for electric.
And I think the one of the big advantages that fleet customers have is so if I have a car and I'm it's 200 miles of range or 300 miles of range, I know that there's going to be a couple of times a year where I'm going on a long road trip. So I have to think about that. But most fleet customers know, if they have a local delivery truck, they know my routes are between 75 and 90 miles. So if they have a truck that does 160, they're good. And they're not worried about well, that matches, what I need, but twice a year I want to make a delivery to Florida. They don't have to worry about that. So I think there are some advantages to being a fleet customer, as well as the fact that I may want my car in use a lot more, but a lot of times fleet customers, they're going to be 8 o'clock in the morning, they park the truck at 6, they have many more hours to charge it. So anyways, very interesting subject. I think we should probably wrap this up. We'll update you guys down in the description how the competition is going, if we end up winning or whatever.
I can't believe, no offense, I can't believe you did so well though, because these guys know these tracks, right? These people know these tracks, the people who have done the contest so far. So, but then I also know that a bunch of you are probably really good at this too. So I invite you to take Patrick down. That'd be
We'll
cool.
get Kyle Connor.
Oh,
We'll have to message him and see if he wants to do this.
Oh man, well then we'll lose.
He'll be the one that wants to take, 4 different trucks over 1,000 miles, but that's
Kyle, we challenge you.
And a 5-hour video. So.
Oh yeah, it would probably be a 5-hour video. I do have to say, by the way, I'm so sorry, because while we were hanging out and just chatting, it really made me think about my efficiency in our vehicle, because we were borrowing Kyle's Leaf for 1.5 years, which had 50 miles of range. So all I thought about was how I was driving efficiently. But now that we have an Equinox EV with 319 miles of range, I don't think about it anymore. So I like that it's back in my head of thinking efficiently and using the regen more than the brake and all that. So this has been a cool experience. I'm still too chicken to drive a truck, but maybe one day. We'll see.
Maybe next year's.
Maybe next year. But thank you so much for joining us for this video in which Patrick competed against our friend Todd with Stat Trucking in this efficiency challenge, this Drive Efficiently challenge. do come participate if you are nearby. We challenge you to do it, and we can't comment down below if you do, because I'm so excited to see who wins this ultimately.
Yeah, we'll post updates.
Yeah, be sure to check Todd's channel, Stat Tracking. We'll put a link down below for all sorts of tracking goodness. And who knows, maybe he'll be going electric in a few years. So maybe you'll get a whole bunch of cool stuff with that. A huge thank you to our patrons whose names are scrolling across the screen right now. We appreciate you guys so very, very much, and your support of us and this channel, as well as you, our YouTube members too. So on that note, we're gonna go, but just remember that whatever you drive, whether it's an electric truck or a Mach-E or a diesel truck even, enjoy the ride. Bye.